So, if you know Napoleon, the one who crowned himself Emperor of France, I think Emperor also, right? And Napoleon was a great army general. And what he would do is that he would have parade days and he would go through his ranks and he would look at his soldiers and he would examine them to, how they examine the guns, they examine whether they are attention, whether everything is crisp and, everything is iron. They check out the soldiers to make sure that you are not dirty, there's no speck or whatever on you. And he was doing that. And as an esteemed general like Napoleon, you know that he has to ride the best of horses. The best of horses. So Napoleon had a very new horse. And when you saw the horse, those who know horses, it was a nice horse. They didn't pick the ugliest horse they picked the nicest horse for the general. And he was riding it. But it was a new horse, not used to his ways. So Napoleon was riding and he was looking, instead of walking, because the army was large, he was riding, he was going along the line. And the horse did something, like the horse wanted to, what's the word? The horse backed, let's say like that. The horse is, it was unsettled. It would have thrown Napoleon off its back and it would have been a great disgrace for that general. And the story goes like this, that as the horse was doing that, all the captains and the other people in the army were watching. And nobody did anything. All of a sudden, one of the privates who was at attention, who had been commanded to be at attention, he was standing there, nothing was being done. And he saw what was about to happen to the general. So he ran and he held the bit and braid off the horse. And he was, there are some people like that, horse whisperers, right? He calmed the horse down and, the horse relaxed. And when the private did this, Napoleon looked at the private and said, "Thank you, Captain." In other words, Napoleon promoted the private. If you're in the army, private is the lowest form, right? He promoted the private immediately from private to captain. He said, "Thank you, Captain." And when Napoleon did that, the private asked him, "Captain of what?" Napoleon said, "You are the captain of my personal guard." Gave him a new position, made him a captain, which is a high position. That's a fairy tale story, right? So, in fairy tales, everything, he would have lived happily ever after. But that's not what happened. The other captains who had been there, who had been his commander that morning, who had been telling him, "Jump, lie on the ground, push-ups, do this." The other captains who had been there, they looked at him. The story goes like this: they didn't respect him, they shunned him because in their mind they worked for it. And he got it by chance because Napoleon just made him a captain like that. So, when Napoleon saw that, now, when there was a parade, what Napoleon would do is that he would tell the captain, "Okay, come with me." So they will both go together. And when Napoleon started doing that, all the other people and all the other captains noticed that, hey, this captain is the favorite of General Napoleon. And as soon as they saw that, all of them started courting his favors. Oh, they started coming here. "Oh, we are your friends." Yeah. It's just a short story about what it means to be honored. What it means to be honored. What it means to be honored. The truth of the matter is that Napoleon was going to be disgraced, and the captain did something to stop the disgrace. And so that's like us honoring God. People may not want to go and preach. People may not want to go and pray for the sick. So it will be like God doesn't care. God does not think about, but you do it. So that's like you honoring God. And then because of that, Napoleon promoted his captain and also became close to his captain, so that all will see that the captain was in his favor. And that was a way of honoring the captain. And in the same way, as you do these things to honor God, you will not know why all of a sudden it's like on your part, You are doing things to honor God. Like nobody is doing it, but you are doing it to honor God. And God in turn also comes to be with you because He knows you are doing it to obey Him. Before we talked about John chapter 14, verse 21, where He says that if you have His words and you do it, He will come and be with you and reveal Himself more to you. So you are building a stronger relationship with Him, and in that relationship, it's like everything is working. You have a certain level of favor, glory, etc. because you honor God and because God has decided to honor you.